Welcome everyone to the Chompcast, the official podcast of Sword Chomp and SwordChomp.com. Thank you for downloading or streaming our podcast, taking some time out of your busy life to listen to us. And remember, if you're digging the show, please subscribe, leave us a kind rating, share it with your friends, whatever it takes to get the Chompcast name out there. We have a jam-packed show today as we edge closer and closer to Game of the Year. The new Resident Evil 7 DLC dropped that I played. I'm excited to talk about that, both the Not a Hero DLC and the End of Zoe. I played both of those, of course, in VR. Hollow Knight is something I played a little bit of as well. Three of us played Hellblade, so we're excited to have more of a roundtable discussion about Hellblade, and we have a fantastic listener email about Hellblade and games in general as well that we're going to read later on. We have some more Breath of the Wild Zelda talk, because Fish is still deep in the throes of Link's latest adventure. We have a really cool BioBreak article. Of course, every week we do our traditional BioBreak article, and this one is about a virus that is killing chimpanzees. It's sad, but very interesting. And the topic of the show, we will briefly run through the most exciting PSX announcements from the PlayStation conference that happened over this past weekend, including finally some real Death Stranding gameplay details that I was able to unearth. Little Doki Doki Literature Club. I finished Nier Automata. There's so much fucking shit to talk about. That's how you know it's Game of the Year, when I'm like almost out of breath going through all these fucking announcements. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I promise with the PSX stuff, even if you're not a PlayStation fan or a PlayStation owner, we're gonna make that discussion fun. So it's gonna be a great show. Now let's get to some introductions. Of course, tradition, I gotta introduce everyone here. I'm kind of keeping these, Resident Evil themed intros, I guess, this week. And up first, from Texas. This is gonna be a long and a tricky one today. From Texas, my dear friend Fish is with us today, and he was telling me that after witnessing the effect of various Umbrella Corporation mutagens and viruses over the past decade of Resident Evil games, seeing the effects they've created, like giant alligators, huge wasps, and massive spiders, crazy shit like that. Fish actually, he contacted Umbrella for a sample. He said, hook a brother up, I'm part of the Chompcast. Anyways, they sent him a healthy dose of one of those mutagens. And because he was thinking, well, they have this gargantuan effect on everything. So what did Fish do? He injected it directly into his twig and berries, hoping to transform the twig into a powerful branch and morph those berries into giant watermelons. Anyways, I was talking to him before the show, and it sounds like he didn't quite get the desired effect he was hoping for. But, oddly enough, I have noticed these giant crabs wandering around. It's coincidence? I don't know. What's going on there, Fish?
Yeah, I don't know what crabs you're talking about. I did miss my penis. It's kind of hard to get it with a needle, It was a little tough. I might have missed it.
Air, buddy. I mean, come on. give yourself some credit here.
No,
I avoided saying penis. Go ahead. I avoided saying penis. I said twig and berries. I was keeping it clean for the kids.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Children, that's my twig and berries, actually.
There you go. Yeah, there's your twig and berries.
My twig.
No. So you're not taking responsibility for these crabs, is that what you're saying?
Well, I might have missed my twig and berries and hit, the pubic region.
Okay, no, so you're taking full responsibility. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's Larry and Jethro and
you name them?
the other crab. Well, they're part of me.
That's endearing. I kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean
it's just don't kill them, please. They're very weak to shotgun blasts.
If you don't name a pet after you've had it for 4 or 5 years, then it's just rude.
What are you doing with your life at that point?
Yeah. Over the years, we've developed a friendship and everything. So
I've often told people that. I mean, as some people might look down on having something like crabs, but it's not every day you get to have a creature living on you. That's pretty cool. So Unfortunately, there are giant crabs roaming around, fish. Although I saw the solution. Remember when I was a kid, I was watching Aqua Team Hunger Force, and Carl gave me the solution. You just hit him with the shampoo. So that's all we gotta do, fish. You just gotta hit him with the shampoo.
Oh, okay.
that's going way back there. There's gonna be like one person who saw Aqua Team Hunger Force.
Go to Sam's or something. You're gonna need a lot of shampoo at this point.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like. Yeah, I'm gonna get like Leon. What's the guy from Resident Evil's name? Leon Kennedy. I'm gonna get Leon Kennedy on him with some shampoo. And for that one person out there that got the Aqua Teen Hunger Force reference, I love you. Anyway, Fish, we're glad you're here today, despite the scourge you've released upon society. We
just don't hurt him, please.
Okay, all right, we'll see. Yeah, we love you. Up next, the one and only, my good friend from Japan. Speaking of mutations, you might think our next co-host is a mutant, ladies, but no, he's not a mutant. It just feels like he has 5 tongues. Shay Layton is here. How you doing, Shay?
Good. It's unfortunate that I can't. I've been unable to use all 5 of them at once. In fact, 4 of them just kind of hang to the side in my mouth. One is always active.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Okay. It was like phantom tongues. You know, I actually had put that in my notes too. It was a make gross licking sound. So, it's 4D for the listeners. I don't think that's 4D actually.
4D.
Hey, you know,
I ain't
5T.
smelling that tongues.
Yeah.
Can you smell the tongue? Tongue smell?
I got that.
That
joke didn't fall on deaf ears.
Damn it, I missed it. God damn it. I was making licking sounds, and I missed Josh's joke.
That's how you miss most things.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's usually how it goes.
I told Josh for the last show, he left all these funny comments in the Skype chat, and we're like, next time, Josh, the new rule is you have to interrupt me or whatever it is. You have to say all of your deranged comments on the podcast. That's the new rule.
I have a better idea. Just next time, stop licking windows so you can hear it.
Okay. No promises. I'll do what I can. I'm practicing those things you taught me, Shay. Pass down the best techniques. So yeah, glad you are here, Shay, a resident biologist, here to discuss, of course, our BioBreak article and much more. Hellblade and all sorts of good stuff. And last but surely not least, our good friend Josh. He's already chirped in a little bit here. Josh, I mean, you're not off the hook this week. I just couldn't. I was trying to think of like something mutant related, like try to say like your blood had been somehow replaced with like alcohol and you were a mutant and it was going to be like an alcoholic joke. But it wasn't coming together. So maybe you can help me flesh that out. But I mean, for our listeners, like what percentage, what is your like blood alcohol content level at all times, would you say?
I don't think that's a useful statistic anymore. I mean, just really, it's yeah.
More about the destruction you're causing on the earth on a daily basis. Just look at the outward effects, or what's wrong with the statistic? I just want to know how much alcohol is coursing through your veins at any point in time.
I mean, very little, usually. I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yeah. I have a very impressive liver.
Okay. So, so you have a super mutant liver. We can make a connection there. That works. Okay.
It earns its paycheck.
Okay. So Josh has a mutant liver. And he can absorb
it's not
more
mine.
alcohol than
I
regular
actually pay someone to come in and we share blood for a while, and I use their liver, actually.
Oh.
For most of my drinking
seems...
at this point.
Okay. Oh, that's smart. So they're like it's like a decoy liver, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hire that out. There's no reason for me to have any of these future effects.
What's that Pokemon move where you throw the decoy out? What is that one called? Do you remember that off the top of your head?
Substitution?
Yeah, there you go. You're using a substitution.
I don't remember the form of it, but it's, yeah.
Substitute. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay. You're doing like an alcoholic version of substitute. So I think that's commendable and wise. Glad you are here, Josh.
I was going to say, would that be called pubstitute?
That's not bad. Pubstitute?
Yeah, I like that.
I can't think of anything else more witty than that, so we'll just have to leave it. as opposed to 2. Yeah, glad you're here, Josh. And of course, I am Morgan from Montana, our lovely host, and I am excited to talk about all sorts of crazy shit that we have to go down through today. I was actually thinking about this because I was reading a little bit about the PSX, which is our topic of the show, and I don't know if it was directly related to PSX, but Kojima. It's funny. Last week we joked about the Death Stranding trailer. Kojima actually finally came out and gave some gameplay details, like the rain is called Timefall, and it's from like another realm. And Josh, I can see Josh on the webcam. He's already got his head buried in his hands. And so he made a reference to there's some really cool stuff going on. We actually got gameplay details for Death Stranding, which is pretty badass. As all this PSX stuff was going down, so that surprised me. But I was thinking about this for the show. I tweeted out, I was like, I would give 10 Death Strandings for 1 Silent Hills. And I was just thinking about that today as I got more and more sad about the fact that we're never going to get Silent Hills. It's never going to happen.
Oh, you don't even know what's going on with Death Stranding, though, as far as gameplay goes.
It's true, but I do know what was going on with Silent Hills. And people are still talking about a 2-hour demo like 5 years later.
Yeah.
But really, why should we have to decide which one we want? Why couldn't we have gotten both? I'm greedy.
Because fuck Konami. They destroyed all that's good in the world. No, you're right. It's your true shit. We shouldn't have had to choose. That's the fucked up part. It shouldn't have come down to that. We should be able to get both. So
we still can, depending on how well Death Stranding does. Sony may give Kojima more money to make another game and
circle back around.
Yeah, make a Silent Hill.
Point. And
not call it Silent Hill.
That's true. And then Kojima may come out on stage next year, riding a 3-horned unicorn, and it will have 27 sizable penises.
If it's a 3-horned unicorn, I don't think it's a unicorn anymore.
Tricorn, whatever you want to call it.
Tricorn. Yeah. Sounds delicious. Yeah, tricorn. Yeah. It's just so many borrowed elements with Del Toro and then Norman Reedus, a.k.a. Enormous Reedus. There's so many elements that he just borrowed straight from Silent Hills that just makes you think that this is where he's putting all those eggs in this basket. Anyways, on to PSX. Excited to talk to you guys about it, what you saw. So in order to make this kind of more fun, I saw a lot of content out there, people organizing their lists, right? Best moments of PSX, blah, blah, blah. But I was trying to find someone that really knocked it down to the most interesting stuff, even to someone who's maybe a little bit on the outside. And Rolling Stone, believe it or not, RollingStone.com actually had a really cool top 9 moments of the PlayStation experience. And it's not that they have to dumb things down, but they have to make things a little more exciting because Rolling Stone is not predominantly, obviously, a video game publication, right? But they hit all the high points and saw everybody else, and I thought it was a good starting place. So I just wanted to give them credit for this article. And I see Josh kind of shaking his head there. So this is terrible. Now when I say things, I have to see Josh shake his head all the time. When I couldn't see Josh, I thought that he was just happily agreeing with me, and now I know that he's always.
I've never agreed with you.
That's true. That's the beauty of our relationship, Josh. If we agreed with each other, it wouldn't be any fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first up, the one thing that's pretty interesting, I don't know if you guys saw this. By the way, something you guys want to jump in when I start hitting these topics, jump in, interrupt me, whatever it takes. I'll leave a little pause in there too if there's something you guys want to talk about. The first thing I thought was interesting was that Detroit.
Yeah, so for breakfast this morning, I had some oatmeal and I had some peanut butter with the oatmeal and some honey.
Well, you know what's better than that? Toast.
Everything?
Good toast, but like with peanut butter and honey on it instead of the oatmeal.
Oh.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
that's
pancakes
the way to go, really.
with bananas in them and chocolate chip.
That's just not necessary.
Bananas.
That's just not necessary. Just have it on the side.
Chocolate chips.
Yeah.
Man,
it's already a
I just like
pancake.
it all stuffed into one. Like those KFC like bowls back in the day where they would just like shove all your food into one dish. That's how I like my pancakes.